interfering in this thing. So out here on the right side, you can see that there is an option that's saying frequency time windowing, and I just have to switch it on. और जो यहाँ टाइम मैं सेट कर रहा हूँ, जो भी मैंने जो मेजरमेंट चालू किया है, उसके बाद से एक विंडो, एक खिड़की खोलेगा saying that I'm going to take all the data for that much time. So we know that time period is for every frequency. We know the time period for 100 hertz. The time period say 10 milliseconds, and maybe for 1 kilohertz is 1 millisecond. And I don't want to take too much data from probably more than 10 milliseconds, and I'm going to try and ignore the data which is probably before that. So if I just, I'll show you the difference, what is there between both of them. So, and if I enable this, आप देखेंगे कि ये बहुत ही smooth हो जाता है. So that is one function, but just to give you guys a heads up, it's not the same as averaging. So if I show you what's the difference between averaging and so I'm just going to, and time window or averaging के बीच में फर्क क्या, I'll just show you quickly. And you can see that below 250 hertz is becoming extremely smooth because that it's not kind of taking enough data. So if you want this to be accurate, you should probably buy. I used to use a software. मैं एक software use करता था, which का नाम था FIR Capture. This was by the founder of Lab Group, and Lab Group and the founder that they had invented this thing called FIR Capture, which is by a company named Wave Capture. बहुत से लोगों ने सुना होगा. And that used to usually recommend जो भी time period है, for example 10 millisecond का मैंने यहाँ window set किया है, तो usually anything above that, so 10 milliseconds for 100 hertz, I would consider reliable data from around 200 an octave higher than that. So something जो 200 hertz की ऊपर का data मैं उसको accurate तरीके से देखूंगा. So this is what I would do for just to quickly show you on averaging. So this is what happens. Let me just capture it quickly. Rajesh, does time windowing work on captured traces as well? Have you tried it? I don't know.
Yeah, if you have taken with it enabled.
Okay, so, and then I'm going to disable it, and then magnitude smoothing maybe 1/6. So I don't know. I need to capture it as a second trace, I guess. So. So what you guys are seeing right now is an average response, and then the time window one is this response.
Do you mean smoothing, Karan?
Oh yeah, sorry, not averaging. I was talking about smoothing. My bad. Is that clear that the difference between smoothing and time windowing is not the same? I mean, if you're time windowing doesn't mean you're smoothing it really. So I just want to show this so that people are clear that time windowing is not the same as smoothing. And
I would not recommend anyone to use time windowing, to be very frank.
Okay, let's not use time windowing.
At least जितने अपने पास participants, I would not recommend that.
Okay, let's not use time windowing, and let's disable that for now, and let's just go to the box high frequency and this thing. So आप देख सकते हैं the level difference between we don't want to match the top level. You want to manage the the average level, which is somewhere around here. What is the level I see around at 8 kilohertz के आसपास जो level है जो मेरा trace का, which is around near 0 dB, which is pretty much flat. ये जो ऊपर के peaks है, मैं हमेशा उसको level में काफी कुछ कम कर सकता हूँ. And if I go back to my mid frequency, my average level is somewhere around -6 dB. So मैं quickly अगर gains में जाऊंगा, I want to reduce my output by say -6. And if I quickly switch it on and measure it again, you're seeing that this line is pretty much जो हमारा line है वो काफी हद तक HF और MF का लगभग सेम है. वापस हमने कुछ भी ये हमने यहाँ कुछ ऐड नहीं किया है, कोई भी क्रॉसओवर या फिल्टर स्लो हमने ऐड नहीं किया है. And we're just going to quickly examine. Let me just capture this. So now just quickly going over, I'm just going to quickly do this thing saying that this is what I feel should be the crossover point. आप देख सकते हैं कि I know that based on the size of my HF, मेरा HF ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं है. I'm going to try and keep it as you know, somewhere in the middle, somewhere around this area, around the 2.5. जो 2.5 किलोहर्ट्ज के आसपास मैं इसको क्रॉसओवर रीजन रखूंगा. आप देख सकते हैं दोनों का ओवरलैप हो रहा है लगभग ये लेवल पे. And then I will see the phase response. So just quickly disabling and adding maybe 2.5 kilohertz. So जो हमारा ये output है, I'm going to first use IIR and then I'm going to show you guys with so the high pass filter is probably 24 dB an octave Linkwitz Riley. And again, I can switch it on and measure again. So you can see कि ये हमारा जो HF का level है.
Do you want to take your mic a bit closer?
Okay. Hold on. I'm just going to quickly add a new delay. Okay.
Okay, just hit that small this thing. You don't have to do fine delay every time.
No, but I want to keep it fixed. I want to keep it fixed because
you can hit it and then again switch it off.
Yeah, but sometimes what I've noticed is it kind of gives this varying kind of number, and then it just sometimes it just gives me like this 0.05, 0.1 millisecond up and down. But anyways,
now I can see the HF better. Yeah, now the HF is better.
So the HF, आप देख सकते हैं इधर जो मैंने HF का trace है, it's compared to the original, the level has gone down. And I'm just going to just delete this one and capture this and say HF 2.5. And again, I'm going to add this to the MF, and you can see the phase response. जो phase response देख सकते हैं, ये 0 to 360 degree का you know, it's taken a full cycle. And जिसने last time का crossover का section attend किया था, उनको याद होगा कि every order, every 6 dB an octave, they're rotating the phase by 90 degrees. So since we are using, you can see we are using 24 dB an octave, we are expecting the phase to go up by 360 degrees. So this is something that falls in line with our expectation. There's nothing different, कुछ surprising नहीं है, क्योंकि हमने fourth order का crossover use किया है. So this is something that we're expecting. Now, quickly going back and muting the HF and going to the MF and adding, और यहाँ वापस हम लोग एक low pass filter 2.5 kilohertz का, let's just take 24 dB an octave Linkwitz Riley for example. So you're seeing, let me just capture this as well. So you're seeing out here, which is the crossover region. Like I said, we are looking at something where the level difference is not too big. So something that where the level difference is similar, that's where we want to be in phase. And Rajesh, you want to talk about phase slopes and delay, the steeper slope and something like that? Anything you want to add right now? Should we do it right now? Hello?
No, Karan, I don't want to add anything. You are doing good.
Okay. So Rajesh, could you help me to draw the tangent or just the tangent of the phase trace on both of them?
Sure. Okay, this is from.
So जो राजेश ने ड्रॉ किया है वो आप देख सकते हैं कि ये HF का फेस स्लोप है. एंड लास्ट टाइम जो हमने किया था, आपको मालूम है कि जो स्टीपर स्लोप है फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट, इट इज डिलेड फर्दर, और जो फ्लैटर स्लोप है वो ज्यादा इन टाइम है. सो आउट हियर हम जो HF है उसको एडवांस नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो MF को हम पीछे करेंगे, बिकॉज एंड इट्स वेरी कॉमन टू हैव HF delayed more, and the reason for that is जो आप देखेंगे जो हॉर्न में HF हमेशा थोड़ा पीछे होता है, so it's always the HF is delayed further. So right now our choice to delay will be the mid frequency. So if I quickly just check in the crossover region, my mid frequency is the difference between the both of them is probably in divisions, maybe
3 boxes at the
60.
most.
Yeah, 3 boxes at the most. So 3
Yeah, so
boxes
90
is
degrees.
90 degrees of difference in phase, and the frequency is 2.5. So just quickly getting out that, I'll just put the calculator here. So 90 divided by 360, and that is into
Somewhere
1000
between 0.1 to 0.
divided by 2500, right?
Hmm.
So it's about 0.1 millisecond. So that's the kind of delay that just you add 0.1 and on the mid, and you should be good to go. So let's try that out. If we get a similar phase response out here.
Let's take, Karan, do you want to take a response like this without adding the delay first, the overall response of the speaker?
The thing is, it'll be pretty much in this thing because 90 degrees is still giving you some summation. It's not okay. You could be, let's just take some
At
summation.
least thoda sa change to dikhega.
Okay. Let's switch on both of them together and see the measure response. And if we go back and so we had to delay the mid, and that was in output 2, and I'm going to be saying 0.1 millisecond. And if I quickly again just mute the HF and let's just see the phase of the so the brown trace was a HF, right?
Yep.
So let me just capture this MF 0.1 millisecond.
We'll need something more actually.
Yeah, there are again we've not set a crossover based on, it's not a default for crossover. So it also, we've just taken a arbitrary crossover and kind of seen what is this thing. But the idea is to just show that out here, jo crossover frequency mein hai, we are pretty much in phase. Let me just.
Can we do 0.12 or 0.13?
Yeah, we could. That's output 2, and that's delay is 0.12. You want to measure it again?
Yeah, sure.
Just a bit down, but yeah.
Yeah.
You want to capture it?
No, it's fine.
Oh, just hold on. The wires got unplugged. Just give me 1 second because I've actually unhooked the and put wires inside manually. So hold on. Move it back to 0.10 or 1.2 is fine.
Increase it a bit more.
You want to increase the delay?
Yeah, I want to see with more delay. Yeah.
Okay. What, 0.15?
We'll go to 0.2 directly.
Okay. Are you trying to look at phase inversion and this thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's. I wanted to come on to that a little later.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
You're trying to match the slopes and invert the phase, right?
Ekdam perfectly matched. Yes.
I wanted to come to that later, but I want to do step 1 first so that they kind of understand the difference.
Okay.
So just move to 0.1 again, and I'm going to unmute. So does everyone agree with the phase at the crossover? जो है, it's pretty much in this whole region. It's pretty much एक साथ, it's similar. मतलब HF और MF का phase एक साथ जैसा है. And is there someone here? Yeah, someone is here. Okay. So let's do unmute the HF as well and have another simulation. So let me just disable this and sorry. So you can see, is the color similar or can make out the difference?
Now you can.
Okay. So you can see in a crossover region that you're having some different sum. And then if you're seeing the phase space, again, you're seeing a full 360-degree change in phase. Does everyone agree with this measurement of 360 degrees of phase?
Yeah.
We are using a fourth order crossover, so it's very natural for us to expect. ये हमने फोर्थ ऑर्डर का क्रॉसओवर यूज किया है, तो ये बहुत नेचुरल है कि हमें ये 360 डिग्रीज का फेज शिफ्ट मिलेगा, क्योंकि ये हमें immediately as we know that there's going to be a phase shift of 360 degrees. So this is where finite impulse responses come in. मतलब finite impulse responses, the advantages, आप इसको phase को काफी linear रख सकते हैं. And one of the ways to do it is, let's say we've just done this, for example. Let's just we use infinite. Actually, I'll just show you if we save this and then I'll cross them with finite impulse response filters and you can compare the phase space. So अभी हमने infinite impulse response का phase crossover use किया है, जो बहुत से crossover में आपको दिखेगा. हम ये इसको FIR के filter में आप देखेंगे. So HF is, and the advantage of FIR filters is you can make them very steep. You can make them brick wall. मतलब filters को आप देख सकते हैं कि infinite impulse response का काफी gentle slope है. मतलब एकदम steep भी करेंगे तो फिर भी energy is always there. मतलब एक ऑक्टेव नीचे तक भी आपको एनर्जी कुछ आधे ऑक्टेव तक एटलीस्ट 15 से 20 dB लेवल कम करके फिर भी आउटपुट मिलेगा. FIR फिल्टर्स में आप जितने टैप्स आप बढ़ाते जाएंगे, डोंट गेट टू मच टू कंफ्यूज अबाउट टैप्स. आई विल एक्सप्लेन हाउ इट वर्क्स एग्जैक्टली इन सम टाइम. थोड़े टाइम में आपको समझाऊंगा कि टैप्स कैसे चलते हैं. पर जैसे ही टैप्स बढ़ते जाते हैं, आप बहुत से उसको बहुत ही स्टीप, मतलब ईंट की दीवार की तरह रख सकते हैं कि मतलब वो जैसे ही ईंट के दीवार को हिट करे, वो इमीडिएट उसका ड्रास्टिक लेवल ड्रॉप आप इमीडिएट आप देख सकते हैं राइट ग्राफ पे.
Yeah. One
second. And
I know it's not clearing for some reason.
Let me try. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, so if you're just highlighting it, Nitish, are you highlighting?
Yeah.
Actually, don't highlight it. Just match the slope. Because the minute I switch back, again the graph is going to change. So if you just show the slope, it will be. So let me just draw a line out here, and yeah, okay, cool, thanks. And if I go to an IIR filter, you're seeing the slope बहुत ही gentle, and if I make it steep, let's say 48 dB an octave, and it's still not as steep as an FIR filter. So is everyone understanding this part? And then we can quickly move on to making the same measurement with IIR filters. हम कुछ EQ कुछ भी अभी नहीं कर रहे. I'll quickly just show you an FIR filter. Let's just make it low pass filter, and I'm going to change the frequency to probably 2000 because it is less overlap. So it's, and we can actually just compare both the responses as well. So just hold on. Let me just mute my MF and switch this on. Okay. एक चीज जो मैं आपको बोलना चाहूंगा कि whenever you start using FIR filters, उसका जो एक ड्रॉबैक है जो है डिले और लेटेंसी. जैसे आप FIR फिल्टर यूज करेंगे, उसमें आपका डिले बढ़ते जाएगा, which is why I will come to that again when I explain FIR filters. But I just want you to see that the phase space will go up because we need to add some more delay. So don't get confused कि मैं delay add क्यों कर रहा हूँ. So let me just unmute this HF again. And if I compare it with the HF out here. एंड जो डेटा आगे की तरफ आपको नहीं मिल रहा है क्योंकि मैंने डिले अभी तक फाइंड आउट नहीं किया है. अगर मैं डिले इंसर्ट करूंगा तो आप देख सकते हैं कि ये काफी स्टीप फिल्टर है. Is this visible? Nice and visible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So one of the advantages of that is that you can use इसको हम बहुत ही कम frequency पे क्रॉस कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ये ब्रिक वॉल होने की वजह से you don't given a lot of power. जो decaying slope है उसका पावर काफी हद तक कम हो जाता है. उसकी वजह से आप देख सकते हैं कि मैंने इसका क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी 2.5 के बदले में 1.8 रखा है, 2000 रखा है. फिर भी इसका ड्रॉप जो है ये काफी स्टीप, काफी हद तक नीचे ये पॉइंट से गया. ये एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी जो है जो आप IIR फिल्टर में आप देख रहे हैं वो HF की तरफ जा रही नहीं है. एंड यू नॉट अननेसेसरी वेस्टिंग पावर ऑन इट. इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली वेस्टिंग पावर से, बट यू गेटिंग वेरी लेस लेवल फ्रॉम द HF. Whereas if अगर आप ये पॉइंट पे अगर ये फ्रीक्वेंसी है 2.3 किलोहर्ट्ज, 2.3 किलोहर्ट्ज पे आपका लेवल डिफरेंस ऑलमोस्ट टू ऑलमोस्ट 6 dB या इट्स अराउंड 6-8 dB आपको ज्यादा मिल रहा है. The advantage of this is you can cross the HFs at a much lower frequency. आप देखेंगे कि एडमसन का डायरेक्टिविटी जो है उसका डायरेक्टिविटी मेंटेन क्यों होता है क्योंकि ये उसका क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑलमोस्ट नीचे 800 हर्ट्ज तक है. अगर आप कोई भी अगर बाजार में जाएंगे और बोलेंगे मैंने अपना HF, if you tell anyone I've crossed over my HF, cut off my HF at 800 hertz, they'll be like पागल हो गया, HF का कॉइल उड़ाने का है क्या? So this is one of the advantages of FIR filters that you get. You can make really steep filters. This is one of the advantages. And then डायरेक्टिविटी बहुत जरूरी है. काफी हद तक आप देखेंगे लाइव शो में आपको चाहिए कि स्टेज पे ज्यादा एनर्जी आपके कैबिनेट से स्टेज की तरफ नहीं आए. You don't want a lot of energy coming from the cabinet to the stage, and this is where your HF is going to retain as much directivity as it can. आपका HF जो है हॉर्न की तरफ के साथ काफी डायरेक्टिविटी काफी हद तक रिटेन करेगा. And we're going to just do it for the MF as well. Just move it all over, and probably say the low pass is let's just change this to FIR filters and make it maybe 2800 for that matter because it's extremely steep. So, and if I save it, actually let's just see the MF first. So मैंने capture नहीं किया, but just trying to show you guys how the filter is actually working. So let me just go on and switch the HF back on. Because of the overlap, you're seeing this extreme gain, but I can just kind of move the MF a little behind.
Is the delay still active on it? The delay that we had put?
Yeah.
Okay.
The delay is pretty active. So just to capture, I mean, this is just where they're overlapping a little. I don't want to waste too much time on it, and I can quickly just use a Bell filter to remove it out. But have a look at the phase trace is what is something that I would want to, so before we start linearizing the entire phase. So this is my phase. Oh, I have not captured it. Hold on. Let me just capture this. And if you compare the phase of this, where's the other one? Summed one? Yeah, this is the one. I don't want this. Okay. So you can see the phase response. Don't look at below 250 and all. Let's just look at from 250 hertz onwards. Let's just look at the phase. You can see that the phase of the FIR filter is pretty much linear. Is not going through much rotation. is going through some rotation at higher frequencies, and we can correct it. So one of the ways to correct it is what I'm going to show you guys now, how to get an extremely linear phase response and a magnitude response. एक आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा कि बहुत सी linear phase response और magnitude response आप कैसे पा सकते हैं. So we've captured this response, and I hope everyone can at least see the difference between जो हम regular crossover use कर रहे हैं उसका phase shift and using FR filters the phase shift. Is that clear? Is that part clear? And then we can move on to kind of linearize it.
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just one thing, Karan. I just wanted to do one more thing. On your transfer function, I want you to put up the coherence ka upar so that all this below 250 we cannot see itself. Just hit T. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the coherence blanking.
So I'll tell you why I don't.
Why?
Okay. I'll tell you why I don't want to use the coherence blanking. I can use the coherence blanking. It's a very good this thing. सबको बताने के लिए कोहेरेंस की ये ब्लैंकिंग से क्या होता है बेसिकली जो कोहेरेंस आपके जो मेजर्ड सिग्नल का क्वालिटी आपको बता रहा है. ये आपको बता रहा है कि ये जो मेजर्ड सिग्नल आपको आप देख सकते हैं कि ये 50 हर्ट्ज पे मेरे को ये कोहेरेंस काफी नीचे गिर रहा है क्योंकि मेरे माइक में कुछ पावर सप्लाई का हम आ रहा है. देयर इज सम हम कमिंग आउट ऑफ द पावर सप्लाई व्हिच इज व्हाई आई सेइंग दैट this is not part of the signal that we've sent out, so don't consider it. So this is something that I didn't want to like sit and figure out because it probably be a good example to use out why the coherence trace is absolutely necessary. Now Rajesh, just to explain you as well why we use less of coherence blanking is because when you're exporting this curve, let's say if I use less coherence blanking, and if it is on my, let's not use it, this FIR filter. So this is the FIR filter, and if I copy it to let's just say इसको copy करना है मेरे को ASCII values में, and right now is my coherence less. Let me just reduce it further. जब हम coherence use कर रहे हैं काफी कुछ magnitude आप देख सकते हैं क्या magnitude और ये response काफी numbers पे आप information थोड़ा missing हो जाता है. और जब copy करते हैं out here, let's just see notepad, और यहाँ इसको पेस्ट करेंगे. तो अभी जो स्टार देख रहे हैं, all these stars is information that is not captured. ये जो स्टार आप देख रहे हैं ये इसका actual magnitude और इसका अगर मैं फाइल के ऊपर जाऊंगा ये magnitude और ये हर एक फ्रीक्वेंसी पे इसका magnitude, phase और coherence का information बता रहा है. तो अगर coherence हम उसको टॉलरेंस कम रखेंगे तो जहां कोहेरेंस का हमने बताया कि coherence should only be above 90%, then it's just going to replace it by a star. Now the problem with the star is if I save this file, let's say I save this as coherence. Now a lot of software, let's say rephase, if I rephase is something to alter your phase, but let's just say I import measurement and let's say coherence was my file. So it's going to give me a wrong measurement format because वहाँ पे बहुत star file के अंदर ये inserted है. Is that kind of clear with you guys? Rajesh, was that easy? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if I move on, let's say I'm keeping coherence extremely low and I want to, and how we don't interfere. Okay, one और FIR filters की और एक चीज है कि जैसे ही it already has a lot of delay, right? So we know it includes latency. जो हमारा latency पहले कुछ 7 मिलीसेकंड था, अभी हम डिले फाइंडर में देख रहे हैं 14 मिलीसेकंड, ऑलमोस्ट 7 मिलीसेकंड का ये क्रॉसओवर ऐड करने की वजह से एक लेटेंसी पैदा हो गया है. तो जैसे ही हम FIR फिल्टर यूज करते जाएंगे तो उसमें लेटेंसी पैदा होते जाएगा और लेटेंसी को कम करने के लिए we don't want अपना सिग्नल टू बी with too much latency. So एक जो प्रॉब्लम है FIR filters does not work at very low frequency. You can say जो 200 या 250 hertz तक we don't use FIR filters because the time periods will be too long. It will be way too long to kind of get accurate information into the FIR filter. So इसके लिए for reference anything above 250 or 500 hertz is good enough for FIR filters, and for anything that's very low, because we know आप देख सकते हैं कि low frequency में phase कितनी बार switch होते जा रहा है, it's having very large group delay. So if I quickly annotate something that with some lines, you can see there's continuous phase overlap in the low frequency area till almost 250 or 300 hertz. So iski wajah se we are not concerned about FIR filters too much in the low frequency domain. We're only going to look at maybe 250 or 500 hertz onwards in this whole spectrum. So again, I'm going to keep the coherence down and again go back to my FIR. मैं FIR वापस जाके बोलूँगा copy to ASCII, and if I go to in rephase, you can directly paste it, just import from clipboard, and you can see अभी ये import पूरा आपका measurement आ जाता है. ये इतना अच्छा क्यों लग रहा है? इसकी वजह से क्योंकि हमने range काफी बड़ा सेट किया है. If you change it to -30 maybe, it probably जो scale है, you just adjust it. But we'll get to that later how we do it. But for now, I'm just going to replace all these values. So all the stars have all gone. आप देख सकते हैं coherence की मैंने कम किया और सारे stars जो है काफी हद तक चले गए. And I'm going to save it as a coherent response. Now, when you're going on your DSP, which I'm using Marani right now, you can see on my input A, on my routing, I have something known as wizard. So wizard को हम एक बार खोलेंगे. There are two things. You can also measure. You don't need smart always to get this value. आपको हमेशा smart की जरूरत नहीं है. But smart is a great tool, so you can use it for all your measurements, and it's got 100 features that this doesn't have. But आपको अगर सिर्फ impulse में response measure करना है, so all you need is just your sound card, and I'll come to that later quietly. But for now, you can say, can everyone see this open existing impulse response? और जो हमारा smart है, ये कुछ नहीं, ये हमारा impulse response है. This impulse response that you see on your top domain is convoluted with fast Fourier transform into your frequency domain and giving you a magnitude and phase. ये जो भी हमने measure किया वो actual impulse response ही है. So you just say open impulse response. I'm going to change my type to text. I know I saved it on desktop as coherence. And so this is showing me my coherence, and my window length, I'm not keeping it too long because I don't want too much latency. So जो हमारा window length है, I'm keeping it very small. जो आप देख सकते हैं, ये 5 millisecond तक ही रख रहा हूँ. And we've set the crossover, and you just press next. So again, I just press next. This is just telling you whether you want to see your group delay, phase, or magnitude. So right now, मेरे को magnitude में ज़्यादा interest है. So I'm just going to be looking at magnitude right now. There's something known as EQ target, and I'll come to that in a bit. So हम लोग को क्या modify करना है? I want to modify the magnitude as well as the phase. If I want only phase, remember जब हम subwoofer कर रहे थे Adamson के, and I was talking about how you are able to just modify the phase to ensure there's maximum cancellation. You can create all pass filters जहाँ magnitude को कुछ होता नहीं है, सिर्फ phase को आप बदल सकते हो, और phase के interaction आप देख सकते हैं, phase के interaction से काफी कुछ magnitude को आप influence कर सकते हैं. जैसे कि end fired subwoofer में हमने देखा कि पीछे की तरफ काफी कुछ हद तक कुछ energy आ रही है. What if you could modify the phase of one of the signals and ensure there's more cancellation on the back? So I don't want to keep it too complicated. How we get into that? That's something that would come into making all pass filters for modifying phase. मतलब phase को modify करने के लिए all pass filters होगा. हमारे input 1025 जो हम बदल नहीं सकते उसको. Max boost जो आप magnitude को अगर equalize कर रहे हैं, तो यहाँ आप सेट कर सकते हैं कि max boost या जो dip है वो कितना सेट करना है. ज्यादा अगर आपको ज्यादा dip या boost नहीं करना है, तो ये level को आप कम या ज्यादा कर सकते हैं. So you can make it anything that you want. Maybe आपको existing measurement को 15 dB से ऊपर नीचे नहीं करना है. And then is the precision level from 1 to 10. जो आप latency आप सेट करना सकते हो. So मेरे को मालूम है कि अगर फ्लोर मॉनिटर है, फ्लोर मॉनिटर में आर्टिस्ट काफी चिल्लाएगा अगर लेटेंसी ज्यादा है. Maybe I want to keep it 2 milliseconds and it'll reduce the number of taps and sampling rate accordingly. तो मेरा minimum frequency 250 है. मेरा जो मैं जहाँ तक आपको दिखाया 250 के ऊपर मेरा डेटा मेजरमेंट में काफी, और 20,000 हर्ट्ज तक मेरे को लेना है, और ये इसको मैग्नीट्यूड करना है या मैग्नीट्यूड और फेज दोनों करना है। इसमें स्मूथनिंग कितना है आप ये यहाँ सेट कर सकते हो, जैसे सेम स्मार्ट में हमने देखा है स्मूथनिंग कैसा हो सकता है, 1/24 एन ऑक्टेव करेंगे या 1/6 एन ऑक्टेव, जैसे ही स्मूथ करते जाएंगे उसका लेवल मतलब उसका रिस्पॉन्स कम पॉइंट्स पे ज्यादा एक्यूरेट होगा। तो आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू कीप इट maybe 1/24 an octave, same as smart, and you can adjust your zero level setting. Where is your target response? So ये जो आप देख सकते हैं, जो मेरा रेड है, रेड मेरा मेजरमेंट है, एंड मैं उसको जीरो लेवल एकदम ऊपर नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ कि ये सारे फ्रीक्वेंसी जो नीचे है वो बूस्ट होते जाएंगे। सो आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू ट्राई एंड कीप द zero level somewhere around down, which is the average level, and it can cut everything else. Is everyone clear with this? So I'm just going to set my zero level at -2 dB. Is everyone okay with this?
Yes, I think so far.
And then you see अब ये left side में बोल रहा है कि calculate FIR का एक button आ रहा है, and this is giving me the option to calculate the FIR. So I can calculate, it gives me the FIR, and again I can store the FIR to the device. So after calculate करके मैं store कर रहा हूँ, and it's calculating and storing, and let's just see what the response is. So it says, do you want to store all the configuration to PC? आपको ये फाइल को PC पे save करना है. I don't want to save it right now, so I'm just going to say no. And अभी आप देख सकते हैं कि मेरा FIR bypass है. So I'm going to, since you already saw the response without the FIR, I'm going to keep it on and then see what the response is compared to my existing trace now. So you guys can see that let me just remove the coherence so you guys can see the difference between after the FIR and with the FIR and without the FIR, and you're getting a pretty uniform magnitude and phase trace, whereas I mean of course we've already used FIR, but if I remove this and probably use the summed at 90 degrees, this is the original जो हमने IR filters के साथ हमको magnitude मिला था, and the phase response versus the FIR. So you're getting a pretty uniform FIR phase response in this entire convolution, what I can say. And let me just annotate the phase response. So you're seeing that ये जो phase response है काफी हद तक uniform है. Now this magnitude, although, and if I अगर इसका मेरे को specification sheet बनाना होता अपने customers को देने के लिए, then if I use a very good smoothing, say 1/6 an octave, and then कोई भी यहाँ देखेगा, let me just show it and say, wow, this is a great speaker. ये अगर मैंने specification sheet print किया और ये frequency response दिखाया, so it's going to be like, this is a fantastic speaker and let's buy it. But it's just इसको कुछ smoothing किया है, and if you remove the smoothing and keep it like, let's say 1/24 an octave, it's a pretty uniform this thing. And then उसको time windowing करेंगे तो it's even more smoother. So इसको आप देख सकते हैं, you're getting a pretty let's just compare it with the summed. The summed response is out here, and then let me clear these drawings and show you the phase trace as well. So आप देख सकते हैं the phase trace is pretty uniform in your FIR filters, and you can see the change of uniform phase with this thing. Now going back in this, बहुत से लोगों को ये एकदम flat response पसंद नहीं है. You've seen if I open, let's say, Acoustics idea of array morphing, they all add their own EQs and set their सब अपना अपना एक टारगेट रिस्पॉन्स, सबका अपना एक टारगेट रिस्पॉन्स है. जिसने एलोकुस्टिक से वेबिनार देखा है आप देख सकते हैं उनके मेजरमेंट पे उनका अलग अलग टारगेट रिस्पॉन्स दिया है. When we used to work with DB Technologies, they used to add हवा में HF का एब्जॉर्प्शन काफी ज्यादा होता है, जैसे क्योंकि इसकी वजह से आपको थंडर जो है एकदम बादल की गरजने की आवाज एकदम लो फ्रीक्वेंसी में आती है. इट्स नॉट वेरी हाई पिच्ड इन रिस्पॉन्स. सो many let me just hide this. Many kind of over absorption of HF over distance. A lot of people using large line arrays for large distances would kind of have this kind of, or probably somewhere around here, this high shelving to about 5 to 6 dB. And you could add this with your, your just your normal listing. So anything that एक बार आपने अपना signal set कर दिया, if you are going to be going to your input and say I want a high shelving EQ, तो ये आप देख सकते हैं कि मैं high shelving EQ maybe at 4K, maybe I'm showing you 6 dB, or maybe let's just for easier to notice 8 dB. And if I switch on my okay, and I want to see capture. So you're seeing that after I've added a high shelving EQ, एक high shelving EQ add करने के बाद मेरा phase response वापस change हो गया. Again, there's a phase response that's added. Now, let's go back and try and do this with a target curve. Okay, so I'm going to bypass this. इसको हम bypass करेंगे and go back to my wizard, and I'm going to open my existing ये coherence, and again just going next, magnitude and phase 1024 taps. I kept it maybe 15, I don't remember. Latency is 5 at set, 20,000 hertz. Okay, यहाँ आप देखेंगे यहाँ एक EQ target का window है, so I can actually set my target. Right now it's set at flat, but maybe if I could keep it at high shelving, and was it at 4K? I don't remember. 4K?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember the Q, but let's say maybe Q was 0.7, I think, and it was, I think, 8 dB. 8, was it 8 or 6?
I think you had set it to 6.
Okay, let's try 6. Okay.
Oh, 8 dB. 8 dB.
Okay, 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my target, EQ target. Okay, and any smoothing type is minimize ripple, and there are you can have different all the ये जो आपके parameter EQ है आप कोई भी set कर सकते हो. So you can show the cursor and you can set this anywhere you want. जैसे भी आपको many people flow monitors, I know that the L-Acoustic X15 HQ has a bump at 110, and I actually personally like that response because it sounds quite good, and एक drummer को काफी अच्छा attack आता है. So you can set your target response as to what is your response that you want. I know in cinemas you have the X curve, उसका एक particular target है. So you can just set whatever target curve you want, and you can save it for future references or load your existing target curve in whatever you set, and whenever you want to bring it for particular venue, आपके कोई ballroom के लिए you feel that this kind of response is what you want, you can kind of get it. So you want to apply the target EQ target, yes, and again I'm going to normalize this by adjust this thing by -2 dB, which I had done जो हमारा flat response था, and I'm going to calculate the FIR, and oh sorry, this was a magnitude and phase. and the width was 1/24th, and I'm going to calculate it, and then